Let's show you the 6 number 1 seeds in 2024. So the top overall seed are the Stanford Cardinal for the 2nd straight year. They'll be at regionals in Washington State at the Cleveland region. South Carolina, the top seed in the Auburn region. Then you've got the defending champions Wake Forest, the top seed and host in Bermuda Run, North Carolina. UCLA gets to play in Las Vegas. LSU is the top seed in Bryan, Texas. And Southern Cal on the last day of the season just slipped into that final top spot, and they will be heading to East Lansing. So, Brentley, give us your thoughts on these top seeds.
Yeah, you mentioned USC. Runner-up finished yesterday at the Pac-12 championship. Bump Auburn down to that second line. The Tigers obviously are hosting a regional, so that sent South Carolina down to Auburn in Bermuda grass, and the Trojans out to East Lansing. Not unfamiliar territory for them, and also history on their side as well. Just once since the NCAA regional started has a number 1 seed failed to make it out of this round. That was UCLA back in 2017.
Okay, well, let's get to it, shall we? And let's reveal the teams in our first region of the day. It will be hosted by Tumble Creek Club in Cle Elum, Washington. It's a private course tucked in the Cascade Mountains, about 80 miles outside of Seattle, and was designed by Tom Doak. So here are the teams that will make their way to the Pacific Northwest. We already told you about Stanford. Take a look at some of the other heavy hitters in this region. You've got the 2 seed is Duke with 7 national championships in their program history. The 3 seed is Arizona State with 8 national championships, most all time. And Virginia has to travel across country as the 4 seed. We are rolling along on the Women's NCAA Golf Championship Selection Show. We will head next to Auburn, Alabama, and the Auburn University Club, celebrating its 25th year anniversary. It was designed in part by a former Auburn alum. The course is set next to Yarborough Lake, which comes into play on several holes. So here are the teams in the Auburn region. We've told you South Carolina was that top seed. Auburn will play host as the 2 seed. They were bumped out of a potential number 1 seed late last night by Southern Cal. You've got Oregon, who earns the 3 seed, and then you'll also see there a southeastern flavor with programs like North Carolina, Houston, and Miami. So the number 1 seed in the region are the South Carolina Gamecocks. 3 wins for South Carolina this season. They finished in first place during the stroke play portion of the SEC Championships, led by 2 outstanding players in Hannah Darling and Louise Ridgefist. This is their 21st appearance in the NCAA Championships in search of the program's first national title. Just one more look at the 12 teams that will be headed to Alabama-Auburn, led by former Augusta National Women's Amateur Champion Anna Davis and reigning U.S. Women's Amateur Champion Megan Schofield. Derek Radley's Oregon Ducks will make the long trip. Oregon was the national runner-up 2 years ago, don't forget, to Stanford, and Albany makes the field for the first time since 2019 as conference champion. So 2 down, 4 to go. Let's move on to our next one, shall we, and take a look at our 3rd region of the day, the Bermuda Run region in North Carolina, hosted by Bermuda Run Country Club and Wake Forest, also home of the Wyndham Championship qualifier and the Carolina Women's Amateur. It has both an east and west course. So the Wake Forest Demon Deacons are the defending champions. Plenty of lineup changes, though, for the Deacons. They are still led by Rachel Keane and Carolina Chikara. Newcomer Macy Pate, though, has also been a valuable contributor for a team that just won the ACC Championship last week and one of 3 wins of the season for Wake Forest. So here is who is joining Wake at Bermuda Run. You've got the Texas Longhorns are the 2 seed. Texas won the Big 12 during their final year in the conference. The 2021 national champs Ole Miss are the 3 seed. Their arch rival Mississippi State is the 4th seed in the region. The Bulldogs are the SEC champions, an impressive feat in a deep and talented conference. And North Texas, one of the teams on the bubble, are in the field as 9 seed. Okay, well, with that, let's reveal our 4th region of the afternoon, the Bryan region in Texas, just a stone's throw away from the campus of Texas A&M. The course is the Traditions Club, a private course that was designed by Jack Nicklaus that incorporates the natural rolling hills of the Texas prairie. And here are the teams that are headed to the Lone Star State. LSU is your top seed. More on the Tigers in just a second. You've got Texas A&M, who are playing host, and the 2 seed. The Aggies are a team to watch not only at regionals but also the NCAA championships. They've made the semifinals 2 years in a row now. And then Clemson, out of the ACC, is the 3 seed, and Vanderbilt checks in as the 4 seed. So let's take a closer look at our 1 seed in the Bryan region. That is the LSU Tigers. And when you talk about LSU, you have to mention the one and only Ingrid Lindblad, who is the world's #1 amateur. She returned for her 5th season to lead a team that also includes Latana Stone and Carla Tejado. Look, and so let's move on, shall we? Let's move on to number 5. We've only got 2 regions remaining to reveal as we head north to Michigan, where we find the Forest Acres Golf Course in East Lansing, hosted by Michigan State. It's recognized year in and year out as one of the best public courses in the state. So the #1 seed is Southern California, which jumped to Auburn for the #1 seed based on their performance at the Pac-12 Championship. The Trojans are led by Catherine Park and Amari Avery. Now, Park just won the Pac-12 Individual Championship just last night. So here are the other 11 teams that will join Southern Cal. You've got the 2 seed is Northwestern, which has emerged as one of the best teams in the Midwest year and year out. You've got Florida and Pepperdine, will both have long trips to make as the 3 and 4 seeds. Michigan State are the hosts and the 5 seed. And one of the Cinderella stories of the field could just be Indiana, which were a surprising winner of the Big Ten Conference last week. Welcome back. Well, it's time to reveal our final region and our final 12 teams. They will be headed out to Las Vegas Desert to play Spanish Trail Country Club, a Robert Trent Jones Jr. design. It just hosted the Big West Conference Championship 2 weeks ago. It's a 27-hole layout, and teams will play the Canyon and Lakes courses. So the top seed in Las Vegas will be UCLA. The Bruins coming in with 4 wins on their resume. You've got Zoe Campos, is one of the top-ranked American amateurs. UCLA has 3 previous national championships, the latest coming in 2011. Current Bruins on the LPGA Tour include the likes of Alison Lee, Lilia Vu, and Patty Tavatanakit. And so here are the final 12 schools. The 2 seed is Arkansas. The Razorbacks have produced individual national champions like Stacey Lewis and Maria Farsi, but the program is still chasing their first team national title. 3 seed, you've got Arizona, always tough if they can make their way out of regionals. Florida State with reigning Augusta National Women's Amateur Champion Lottie Wode is the 4 seed, and Colorado State was the lowest ranked team to make the field as an at-large school, so they were the last team in. Okay, so the 6 individuals that will compete out of the Auburn Regional. Anna Morgan is a 5th-year senior from Furman. She was named the Southern Conference Female Athlete of the Year in 2022 and 23. 2 years ago, the NCAA Championship, she finished 9th in the individual competition, so she could be a threat this year. And as we mentioned, in addition to the 12 teams, these are the 6 individual golfers from teams that didn't qualify for the tournament in each region. So these are the Clay Elam players. The notable name is Emma Bunch from New Mexico State. She won an individual title at every tournament she's played in the spring and was named to the Palmer Cup International team just yesterday. And the individual players at the Bermuda Run region, 2 players from NC State will make the short trip, including Mexico's Lauren Olivares-Leon. Olivares-Leon has 2 collegiate wins in her career. Kendall Turner is a redshirt senior at James Madison University, and she was the CAA Player of the Year back in 2021, and a bunch of top 10 finishes to her name this season. And here are the 6 players who will get to play in Las Vegas. You've got Toa Yokoyama, has had an interesting path. She's from Tokyo, went to prep school in Florida, and is now playing for UNLV, and will be the only player of the Rebels as their host course. You've got Maya McDonald as well, also with a long journey, born in Hawaii, and now one of the 2 New Mexico players in the region. Moving along, let's take a look at the Bryan, Texas region. You've got Carla Bernatti was the last woman in the field at the Augusta National Women's Amateur and ended up finishing tied for 17th. And Ryan Honey as well is the WAC champion. She represents Abilene Christian, which just started their women's golf program this year. And I'm pretty sure Abilene Christian alum Grant Boone is smiling back at home. And last but not least, here are the final 6 individuals competing in East Lansing. You've got Illinois senior Isabel Tsai, has already won twice in 2024. Katie Craig is a junior from Western Kentucky. She won the Conference USA Championship just last year, and that's one of 4 college wins in her career. And finally, Kate Petrova from Evansville was the Missouri Valley champion this year.